Wake up. Wake up.
Where is this place?
We have been here before.
I need to find my bag.
Welcome to Project Nostalgia, or PlayStation 1 horror game? It's kind of confusing, but game already, just like, look at this retro feel to it. This is absolutely awesome. It's like Silent Hill mixed with, what am I thinking of? The prison game. The Hunted? No, The Suffering, that's what I'm thinking about. The Suffering mixed with the fucking Silent Hill. Like, holy shit. I really like the graphical style. I would honestly look at the game store page to explain, but this game runs at quite literally like a 360 x 600 resolution, and it's just sort of stretched onto my, 1080p monitor. So to do so, my monitor, the resolution would be like this tiny. So I'm not alt-tabbing at all. At all. I mean, I could make it into a windowed mode, but I'm not going to bother. But it's basically, this is a game demo or prototype, which is specifically, if I remember correctly, is specifically about the environment, the style. Like, this is not a full game. It may not even have enemies in it. I'm not sure to what extent it is. I'm not even sure what's in it. But what it's trying to convey is what style and vibes the developer is going for. I'm just starting off the game and booting up and just seeing the main character and the pixelation and the environment. I gotta say, I already like it. The question would be the third person over the shoulder, if this is more appropriate than first person. We'll have to find out. And in fact, there's no sprinting. We'll see what's here. If this is just like the environment and that's it.
They don't work here. You know that.
Nice. Worst case scenario would have been...
What was that?
It was just an echo.
Nice, he even jumps. That alone impresses me, man.
What is this doing here?
Floaty cursed balloon thing?
I don't feel...
Would he even throw up?
Remember, the sickness is temporary. Keep moving.
It's clearly not vomit. This is not the real world. I'm gonna follow the pathway, though, for obvious reasons. Vincent Park.
It's too dark.
Yeah. Is there inventory somewhere? Too dark. Alright, we'll go this way. Nope.
Too close.
Remember, things are different here. Careful.
It's coming back to me. Down here is where we would play in the summer.
Good. We must keep going. Stay away from the fire.
Oh shit, it's Crash Bandicoot now. That's a clean burn of fire, I tell you what. Clearly by propane. Emphasis on pain.
There's a boat in the water.
Is it boat in water? probably one thing I would suggest is subtitles. Especially Silent Hill vibing font.
I can't reach the boat. I need something to pull it in.
Rope? Man, this is like just vibing and leaking with PlayStation 1 aesthetics. But it's just the jerkiness of like using a keyboard to move your character. This is the only thing I find breaks immersion. Like if we're trying to think of like Silent Hill style, and the only thing this would be comparable to is games like The Suffering, where if you're playing The Suffering on PC, this kind of movement is normal. But if we're wanting to make a nice, smooth, transitional movement like you'd find in tank controls like Silent Hill, then it would be up to the developer of deciding, does he want it like The Suffering movement, third-person wise, or does he want smooth, tank-like controls where turning, you know, rotating left and right is smooth? Like, there's no, you know, rapid movements that sort of breaks the immersion. Like, you want slow, sluggish turning left and right. But it depends on what the developer wants, really. I guess I could use this non-noose.
The rope.
That'd definitely be hard to animate, man. Otherwise, I'd make a joke about it being Spider-Man web, but I would not even fathom what kind of dedication it would take to make realistic, retro PlayStation 1 rope movement. Because otherwise, game developers would just not even bother with that. They would just like show it off screen or make the screen fade to black and then do it. So to actually show him animating, like the animation. Oh damn. Where are you going, man? What?
Stay calm.
Yeah, see, this too with the movement. That breaks immersion when I just move left and right. Nice and slow, gradual, like tank controls doing rotation. Wouldn't have that issue. But usually it's, I would imagine, one of the biggest things a developer would probably have to think about is what kind of movement. Make this as a third-person movement, make it first-person, make it tank controls, the pros and cons to all of them. Yeah, it's a decision I guess the developers really have to think about. But in terms of, like, this would be, in my opinion, I'd have a bit of a bias because tank controls are sort of a dying genre that not a lot of people appreciate. You know, the younger audiences that didn't grow up on PlayStation 1. But since this is PlayStation 1, I would imagine tank controls would work very well with this visual style. Like, it's hard not to think about this being better off as a tank control game rather than a third-person game. But, I don't know. Who knows? Still, I do enjoy this atmosphere quite a lot.
Something's coming.
Fuck is up with this hurricane?
I'm hurt.
Are
You
you?
need to keep moving.
The voice should just tell him, remember, it's not real. You're not actually hurt. Just think of yourself as not hurt, and it'll... Unless this is real and I'm just wrong.
The gate is locked.
I need to find another way in.
Nope. Doesn't climb over the shrubs. Alright, we'll go left. No? Here we go. I can already see the amount of fucking dedication the developers put into this. All the animations, nothing skipped, nothing of a door animation, nothing of, you know, like Resident Evil style of transition door open or as the camera moves forward. That stuff would be completely lazy in comparison to actually showing animation. Door opening transitional, it just day and night in terms of laziness versus this.
I don't think anyone is home.
So, it definitely adds to my respect. The willingness to actually add those animations. So many people just sort of like, you know, take... So many people take the easy way out, so to speak, in terms of, well, I mean, I could skip corners, I'll just make it, you know... So many indie developers, when they do nostalgic PlayStation 1 oriented things, I guarantee a good majority or half of them will probably make Resident Evil door transition both for nostalgic reasons and to make their lives fucking easier so they have less work to do.
The window. The window.
The outhouse? When in despair, you will find me. I will guide you through the night. When you're confused, I will show you the way. When you're in pain, I will take it from you. I'm with you from the beginning until the end. Thank you. Much appreciated. Who's going into the outhouse or the shed, man?
What was that?
Hey, what do you think you're doing, pal?
Please, can you help me?
This here is private land. Why are you snooping around?
I'm not sure what's going on. I just woke up in this place.
Why are you hurt? Have you been attacked?
I don't think so. I was caught in a storm and just passed over.
Storm? I haven't heard nothing about no storm coming this way.
Really? You didn't see or hear anything?
No, I really didn't see anything. Hey, what's your name?
Arthur.
Well, Arthur, I'm Gerald. I think it's best we get you inside. Can you walk?
I can. Do you have somewhere for me to lie down? I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I do. Follow me.
Yeah. That's good bromanship, you know? Complete stranger, he's like, yeah, sure. End of demo. Damn. Well, as for the point, like, whenever I talk about demos and demos being demonstrations... Steam VR failed, blah, blah, blah. Okay. It did its job. Let me just fix... There we go. Whenever a demo happens and I say this didn't really do its job, the purpose of a demo is to demonstrate what the final product will be like. This is exactly what I tell people whenever I critique or complain or rant or ramble about demos being shit. This, I can read the Game Store page now. The working title is Project Nostalgia, and my aim is to create a PS1-inspired horror game that will bring back those memories from when life was simpler, to give you an awesome story and familiar feeling, inspired by amazing games such as Silent Hill, Resident Evil, Shadow Man, Metal Gear Solid, and many other classics. In this demo, I aim to show the visual style and atmosphere I'm aiming for. There are a few gameplay elements, but that will be the focus when I release a second demo. So, you already see what the objective is. He states it very clearly. It is for style and for the atmosphere. And he nails it. That's just my subjective opinion, yes, but when you make a demo, you have to have an objective. And he does. So when it comes to actual demos and it demonstrating exactly what you want, there's so many people that make demos that just are, here game, you know, it's like, here's a bag of gummies, right? Here game! That's it. Here game, here's demo. Just whip it. I whipped it on my bed, so it's okay. Don't worry about the gummies. They're not hurt. The gummies are perfectly fine. You don't have to worry about the gummies. They're Coca-Cola gummies, by the way. Or here, this big bag of sour jubes. I'm not being sponsored here. This is like game developers with demos. They don't think about it. They just make something they think is cool. Here's a demo! That's it. But this developer, I fully appreciate it because he achieved what he wanted. It's leaking with exactly what I know from my own nostalgia because, you know, I grew up during this fucking timeline. It's just perfect. This is a perfect example of a perfect demo. My only critiques being, as said, that the movement, like Silent Hill and Resident Evil, have tank controls. This game has third-person controls, either something comparable to Metal Gear Solid, not Metal Gear 1, Metal Gear Solid or The Suffering. I compared it more to The Suffering. And I'd only question whether or not that would be the best choice. Because I would argue maybe the best perspective would either be first-person, like, you know, Resident Evil Survivor, but not garbage. And the cutscenes would be in third person, but when gameplay starts, it's in first person, or in Silent Hill style of tank controls. I would think that those would be more superior methods of telling a story, at least in terms of, you know, this nostalgia. If he's going with nostalgic stuff such as Silent Hill and such as Resident Evil, it's hard to not go in the direction of tank controls, and I'm sure he's very aware of that. I'm not sure to what degree he could be like disputing and being like, let's say there's like a chalkboard and it's like, to do tank controls or not to do tank controls, and it's racking their brain. I know Papa Combo does that. not the whole whiteboard, but just like making a new game and thinking, tank controls or not. And it's just like, that's what Twitter polls or other things are meant for. But because with it being the third person and the jankiness of, you know, WASD, it breaks the movement immersion. I don't know, and it kind of just, it irks me. It doesn't break the game, but it just simply irks me. Where at Resident Evil games, you know, you rotate and you move forward, you back up, you do 180 spins. It doesn't break immersion, but it's just, there's a lot of new people that just don't like it, but it's, at the same time, it's like, well, fuck them then. If this is a game meant for the nostalgic people who grew up with this shit, then it's like doing third person smooth left right, like really rapid, really fast. It loses some sense of the nostalgic factor while trying to potentially, if accurate with my assumption, appease a more modern demographic who really are just anal about not accepting tank controls, just like there's people that you know, the newer generations just cannot stand RPGs with turn-based systems, while the old farts of distant past, you know, who grew up with old Final Fantasy games before, well, 10 and before, let's just say for the time being. I know 11 was too, and 12, but you know what I mean. Turn-based is something that not a lot of people can really get into and appreciate, which is another reason why, you know, Final Fantasy VII Remake is an action RPG, because it'd be more accustomed to what people want more. Back in the PlayStation 1 era, RPG being turn-based, and before that generation obviously, was the thing. But I don't know, that's up to the developer to make their decisions, but I really like this demonstration. Damn, a lot of people already made demos. I'm late in playing this, I think it is. 2 days ago. More people should probably play this, but otherwise, no. This is really awesome. I will be following the developer and looking forward to more from this game. And that's about it. I hope you enjoyed and look forward to more. Link in the description below if you want to play the game yourself, or download the game, or follow the developer. Anything of that sort, but either way, in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, comment, hit that subscribe button, become a fluff subscriber. Hit the bell notification down below for updates on my videos. Thank you for watching, and until the next time.